to this video. If you're new here, my name's Emma. I'm very excited to be filming this because I feel like I haven't just done a sit down video where I just talk in a little bit, even though I literally just talk in all of my videos. But I have been wanting to make this video and I thought it was the perfect time since it's, you know, kind of coming up to spring and summer and the weather is getting warmer. I can definitely bring up some body insecurities, at least it does for me. So yeah, I have a lot to talk about, so just bear with me. It might be a little bit all over the place because there's just so much to talk about. I'm going to be mainly answering a few questions, which I just came up with, no one asked me them. But I'm going to be answering how to stop comparing your body to others, how to accept your body, how to deal with gaining weight, changing sizes, and then I'll lastly talk about my personal journey with body acceptance and body confidence and kind of, yeah, how I've got to this point, I guess. Not that I know everything, but so first I want to talk about how to stop comparing your body to others. So one thing I think is very important to not compare your body to others is not to weigh yourself. I just think that weighing yourself is so stupid because that number literally means nothing. You could be super strong and weigh the same amount as someone who's way bigger than you but doesn't have any muscle, and BMI is literally fake and stupid. That's not a thing. And I used to weigh myself a lot and really care about how much I weighed, but I've just learned that that's stupid, and I feel like it really just doesn't help you. And yeah, I definitely have seen how it's hard to not compare myself to others, you know, through social media and everything. But it's also helpful to have people on social media that look more like you, or maybe if you're a little bit bigger, follow people that are more your size, just so not all you're seeing is skinny people and you're why am I not skinny? And I think definitely, yeah, when you have those comparative thoughts of oh, I wish I looked like her, I wish I had those abs or whatever, just recognizing those thoughts and also asking yourself, why do you want that? Because I feel like that's the bigger problem. I've definitely struggled with equating my weight with happiness, literally thinking that if I was skinnier I would be happier and life would just be so much easier. And it sounds so silly, but it really is something that I've thought and that people really do think. And just recognizing that it isn't true at all, and that's just a lie that your mind is telling you. And just trying to be happy no matter your size or your weight, yeah, because this is how you are right now and your weight may change, but you know, for the foreseeable future this is your size, and just trying to be okay with that and love yourself for that. And yeah, also there's a term, body neutrality, which is just recognizing that all bodies, you know, are beautiful, but all bodies are okay, and just not really putting weight to what size you are or what your body looks like, because really it just, you know, doesn't matter for the most part. And there's this quote that's your body is the least important thing about you, and I really do love that quote. It really makes sense. You know, your personality is so much more important, and if your body is the most interesting thing about you, then that's sad, because that means you have no personality or something. So just recognizing that yeah, it just doesn't matter, and hopefully you'll surround yourself with people who also will accept their own bodies and accept your body, and just realize that it doesn't matter, it's just not, you know, something that's important. Okay, so going into the next question, which is how to accept my body. And I think with this can come changes in your body, whether it be weight gain or I definitely have stretch marks, which I have gotten in the past year and a half. Let me just talk about stretch marks real quick, because I feel when I first started seeing stretch marks, I was oh my gosh, what is that? And I realized it was a stretch mark, and I realized I had them in other places than just that one place. And just realizing that I had those yesterday, I didn't see them until that time, but I don't know how long they were there, and I was fine without even realizing they were there. Yeah, you may see something on your body or just look at your body and not be happy about it, but just realize that right before that you were fine, and nothing physically has changed, just that you saw it. So just accepting that that's what your body looks like, and stretch marks are so natural, and yeah, definitely super normal. And I mean, yeah, there's other things like cellulite or like hip dips, but yeah, honestly, I think those are the things that like make your body interesting. And something that I do is just thinking about, like, if I saw that on someone else, like if I see cellulite, if I see stretch marks on someone else, like I would not care at all. So why for myself am I like so concerned over it and like so upset? Yeah, so just realizing that like people don't really care, like people probably won't even notice. And like going off of that, like a few months ago I was like in Florida over Christmas break, and so I was at the beach and I saw this girl wearing a bikini, and she was like kind of bigger, and I was like, oh my gosh, like she looks so good, like I love that bikini on her. And then I was like, okay, but like you don't like your body, and she's like the same size as you. And I had that thought, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that's so weird to think about. But like I would never like, you know, see someone and be like, oh wow, like they're so ugly, like they need to lose weight. And so just like trying to have that like love and acceptance that you have for other people. I know it's a lot harder to have that for yourself, but just realizing that like if anyone is being like, ew, she's so fat, like she needs to put on more clothes or something, that's like completely a problem with them and not about the person at all. Like that's something that they need to work on, and like something that, you know, they need to go to therapy about, because that's completely about them and not about the person. And honestly, that whole concept, like it's something that you hear, like I don't know, about like bullying, for example. It would be like the bully is just putting their insecurities onto others. And I feel like you heard that growing up, or like at least I did, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. But now I really understand that like, yeah, like that's not something that's wrong with the person being bullied. It's literally the bully's fault, because they can't accept their body, or, you know, they're insecure that they feel like they have to like make fun of others or like bring others down. And I think, yeah, just really accepting that. Okay, and then the next thing I want to talk about is how to deal with gaining weight, changing sizes, and also like looking at old pictures and like comparing yourself. I just want to first say that like it's so natural to change sizes over time. Like as you get older, your body grows and becomes, and like as women, you know, we will gain some weight in some places, and that's totally normal. And I feel like it's like you'll look back at like pictures when you're like me from like 4 years ago, and I'm like, why am I not that size anymore? But it's like I was literally like 14 in that. Like a 14 and 18 and an 18-year-old are gonna have like different bodies. Like, you know, that's totally normal and like healthy for your body, you know, to like grow and change over time. Yeah, a lot of times, you know, people just grow into their bodies more, or maybe, you know, you needed to like get to a healthier way, and maybe that was, you know, increasing your weight. Yeah, and about like changing size, like I know I've gone through that more recently, and it is like, I know it's so frustrating because I've gained and lost a lot of weight at different times, and it's so frustrating to like have to get new clothes, and especially like jeans, like getting new jeans every time is the absolute worst. Like even when I lost weight and I'd really been wanting that, it was like, it's, you know, just annoying to get all new clothes or a lot of new clothes. But just like trying to squeeze your way into clothes, like it literally, like no one is gonna know, like no one knows that you're not wearing your old clothes anymore, like no one cares, or no one should care. And so it's just like you're only hurting yourself by, you know, like making yourself uncomfortable in clothes that might not really fit you. And I feel like, yeah, definitely recently I've just been learning to just like get the size that would make you most comfortable. Like it doesn't matter what the, like what it says. Like for example, I've been realizing like for more oversized comfortable t-shirts, I should wear a 2XL instead of an XL, which is what I was wearing for like an everyday t-shirt. And I like feel sad that I have to get that size, but it's like it doesn't matter at all. Like I don't have anything to like prove to anyone. Like, yeah, that's not the size that like actually fits my body. Like, it's a little oversized, but like that's what I like, so why should I feel bad? Like, and also no one even knows what size you're wearing. Like, people just see the clothes on you. They're not gonna be like, oh, like, why are you wearing a double XL? Like, that's weird. And yeah, I feel like I've been feeling weird about getting that size, but it just like literally doesn't matter, and like no one cares. And like, you're just gonna feel so much better about yourself if you have clothes that fit you and that you like to wear, that you think you look good in. And yeah, there's another quote that's like, you aren't made to fit in clothes, they're made to fit in you. And I feel like, again, with these quotes, like, at first you like feel like they're, you know, really cheesy and stuff, but like they really are so true once you like really accept it for yourself. I don't know, just like, yeah, like, clothes were made to fit you well, so, you know, just get the right size. And I feel like also, like, don't like lie to yourself. Like, sometimes you might want to be a different size, and so you might get that size, or you might like keep something because you're like, oh, maybe I could fit into this in a few weeks. That's definitely like toxic. I know it's hard to not do that sometimes. I definitely am like always tempted. Like, I just like love a sweater or something, but it's like a little tight, and I'm like, oh, well, maybe it'll fit in a few months. But like, that's just not a good, you know, mindset. Yeah, I think it's also really, really difficult to like get rid of clothes that used to fit you and that don't fit anymore, but they're not doing anything, just sitting there. And I know it's like, it's hard with like the attachment to those clothes, and you're like, oh, if I get rid of them, that's like me letting go, that I'm not that size anymore. But you aren't that size anymore, which is totally okay. And you can always get new clothes later. So yeah, just like try to get rid of those clothes that don't fit you anymore, because it's just a better option. It's just healthier for your mind and just like for your well-being. And also, I think something to think about if you have gained or lost weight and you're not happy with your size or your weight is that, like, one, people don't realize as much as you, like, your weight loss or gain. Like one of my best friends, like, gained, I guess, a few pounds, and she was like, oh my gosh, like, I don't like the way I look. Like, I feel like I've gained, like, whatever pounds, and I didn't even know, like, at all. And she was like, what do you mean? Like, you haven't noticed? But whatever, like, I don't care, you know, how much she weighs. So I just didn't notice at all, and it was something that she was, like, very nitpicky with herself about, but, like, people probably aren't really noticing. But also, if someone is noticing and their opinion of someone else changes because of their size or their weight, like, you know, that's obviously so stupid. Like, and just, like, yeah, just think about if your best friend gained or lost weight, like, your opinion of them is not going to change. Like, you know, they're still the person you love, and it doesn't matter to them. You're still gonna love them no matter what, so you should still love yourself no matter what, because, you know, you're still the same person. You're still, like, that amazing person you were before, and it doesn't matter, like, what people see on the outside. One thing, honestly, that's helped me with this, too, is, like, to kind of try to notice, like, things that other people might be insecure about. Like, that sounds really mean, but, like, recognizing that, like, we're all just super critical of ourselves, but, like, so, yeah, just trying to love yourself and not be too hard on yourself. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to talk about today was just kind of telling you my story about the changes that my body has gone through and just kind of how my perspective has changed and such. So, growing up, I was always, like, on the heavier side, and I feel like it was difficult because my parents were, like, I guess they just cared a lot about my weight, and both of my brothers were also, like, on the chubbier side, so, like, I mean, I guess, you know, they just wanted us to be healthy, but I feel like that kind of made me more self-conscious and just, like, made me focus more on my weight. And then at some point, I just kind of, like thinned out a bit. Like, I got taller and, you know, was just, like, not as chubby anymore. But then sophomore year of high school, so I already like, you know, I thought I was super big. And also that's another thing that's so insane, is that like I've seen it happen so much. Like your perception of what you look like in different times is literally so warped. Like I have looked at the exact same picture and seen completely different things based on like what my current body looks like, which is so weird. Like it literally, like my eyes are like have changed. It's really weird. So also another thing is just that like your perception of what you see is probably different from how other people see you. But anyway, so then the sophomore year, I lost like 50 pounds, not really on purpose, but I was playing varsity sports and I remember like not being super hungry. I was also kind of just growing into myself, like my personality, and I was also like started thrifting and kind of like finding my own fashion sense. But people really started like, I guess like praising me for my looks a lot, and like people were like, you've like grown up so much, like you look so good now. And like while it was nice to, I guess, like have that attention, I feel like it was kind of difficult. Like, oh, like why do you care more about me now because I'm skinnier? And like it literally did feel that way, that people paid me more attention because, you know, I was smaller and I was skinnier. Yeah, but then over quarantine, and my mom also passed away like over at the start of COVID, and from then I have gained a lot of weight. You know, I don't need to go into details, but since then it's honestly just been a journey to accept myself, and yeah, and just accept, you know, that like it was like my mom died and I was going through a pandemic, and it's, you know, it's totally okay. Even if there's no reason that you gain weight, it's totally okay. And yeah, just like I definitely, my relationship with my body still isn't perfect, but just accepting that like this is what I look like right now, and you know, I can't really exactly change it, or like I can't change it, you know, at least in the next few months. Also, like going into summer, like I said in the beginning, it can bring up just anxieties about, you know, bathing suits and shorts. Yeah, just a reminder to wear whatever you want this summer and just hype yourself up and just like try to see yourself as beautiful, because you definitely are. No matter what you look like, you're beautiful. And yeah, and you deserve to love your body and to also have others around you that love and accept you for who you are and for what you look like. But yeah, so that's been my journey with body confidence and self-discovery and accepting myself and loving myself. That was a little crazy. There was a lot going on. But I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you could relate, and I hope this helped you, or you heard something that you relate to. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more content from me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Oh my god. Or I think something that's really helped me is then going into the next, and also like if someone's opinion of, and also